Hello everyone. So in today's video, we will be exploring what I think is one of the best sugar shacks in Canada. 70% of the world's supply of maple syrup comes from the province of Quebec, situated in Canada, which is where I got to try numerous maple flavored foods. Maple syrup is a sweet, unique tasting snack that is often referred to as liquid gold, and today we will get a glimpse of all of the possible snacks, beverages, and special dishes that are based on the sweet sap that is only accessible for 2 months out of the year. You'll not only get to discover the process of making maple syrup, but also the historical impact this liquid gold has had on Quebec dining, as well as the Quebec culture as a whole. And by the end of the video, you will see why Quebec should be added to your list of Canadian places to visit. So without further ado, let's get into the video. First thing to note when it comes to the sugaring off season is that it normally starts early March and lasts into the end of April, sometimes going into early May. So there is a relatively small window of time to partake in all of the foods and activities associated with the season. While there are over 100 different species of maple trees around the world, it's the sugar maple tree more specifically that allows for the extraction of the sweet sap that is converted into maple syrup. So, wherever you're able to find sugar maple trees, you'll likely be able to find a sugar shack. In Quebec, this sugar shack is referred to as the Cabane à Sucre, which is the French translation for sugar shack. It just so happens that Quebec is the world's largest producer of maple syrup. In fact, 70% of the world's supply of maple syrup originates from the province of Quebec. So it's understandable that some of the best sugar shacks are situated within the province. Chances are that if you are looking to explore the province of Quebec, you will likely start off your visit in the city of Montreal, which is the province's largest city. To find the closest sugar shack, you will need to go off of the island of Montreal and then into the surrounding suburbs. In most cases, this is a 30 to 45 minute drive into the surrounding rural area. In my case, I visited a highly rated sugar shack called Cabane à Sucre Constantin. While I have been to quite a few sugar shacks in the past, to date, this one has definitely stood out because of the large variety of activities and maple flavored food items they offer. When you arrive on site, you will definitely take notice of the choice of decor used both internally and externally. It's quite evident that its owners intended on bringing you back to an 1800s style setting to make the experience feel that much more authentic. As a fun fact, the process of collecting maple syrup is said to have been originated by the Aboriginal peoples of the land. In 1534, when French explorer Jacques Cartier ventured into the Americas to discover new territory, he encountered the Aboriginal peoples who were already using sophisticated techniques to extract the raw sap from sugar maple trees. Push forward a few years later, and iron pots are used to heat up the syrup to evaporate the water, which made the thick, sweet tasting maple syrup that we know and enjoy today. Cabane à Sucre Constantin harvests their own sap from their maple trees on site and then creates a host of snacks and beverages that are sold to its visitors. But before visiting their gift shop, we were quickly seated in their huge dining area that could accommodate a large volume of people. It's no wonder we were not required to make a reservation before attending. Once seated, you will have access to their standard menu. As an opener, we were given a traditional pea soup that was somewhat thick but extremely flavorful. We also got a basket of bread and croutons that could be matched with your choice of marinade that also included pure maple syrup. The side of coleslaw that was included was both crunchy and refreshing. For the main meal, we were served a traditional omelette that was layered with maple smoked ham and white bacon, which essentially is pork rinds. The finger-sized hot dogs were also covered in maple syrup, which together offered a unique sweet and salty flavor. Even the baked beans were mixed with maple syrup and had a little hint of that sweet maple flavor. For being at a sugar shack, you would definitely expect the list of desserts to be exceptional, and they were. We started off with their homemade pancakes, which are commonly known for being accompanied with maple syrup. But let me tell you, when you try pancakes with freshly made maple syrup, you get the true essence of how pancakes should taste. We also tried their pudding chômeur, which is essentially a white cake covered in warm maple syrup. Sugar pies were also offered as an option, although I personally enjoyed combining the soft ice cream with the warm pudding chômeur. At the time of the recording of this video, we were able to experience all of this food for less than $40 Canadian per person. For a breakdown of the pricing, I will place a link to their website down below in the description. Within the mentioned price point, we also got tickets that allowed us to access the outhouse where we could experience the traditional taffy on snow. What's taffy on snow, you ask? Well, it's a sweet snack that is prepared by pouring warm maple syrup onto fresh snow. This cooling of the maple syrup causes it to thicken into a consistency that can be wrapped around small sticks and then enjoyed almost like a maple flavored lollipop that disintegrates in your mouth. If you identify as someone who has a sweet tooth, you'll definitely want to leave room for this traditional snack. Believe it or not, the list of tasty snacks doesn't end here. Cabane Sucre Constantin makes it easy for its visitors to take home authentic maple flavors with the countless offerings of maple flavored snacks, beverages, and condiments sold at their gift shop. While walking through the shop, I came across unique items like maple flavored bread, maple flavored pork jerky, maple flavored tea, maple flavored barbecue sauce, and even 8 different kinds of maple flavored beer freshly brewed on site. This kiosk is definitely heaven for anyone who considers themselves a foodie and who is looking to discover unique flavors. Needless to say, pure maple syrup was also available at the shop. But what attracted my attention was the fact that they also gave you the option to buy maple syrup by the gallon, which was priced at $64. With the large variety of food items that can be derived from maple syrup, it's no wonder it's commonly referred to as Quebec's liquid gold. The great thing about going to a cabane à sucre in Quebec is that families not only visit for the food offerings, but also for the series of activities available for the entire family. Cabane Sucre Constantin definitely excels in this department. For a small fee, you can also visit the mini farm they have on site and interact with diverse groups of animals that include different species of colorful birds, reptiles, donkeys, and even a stylish looking alpaca that seemed to be keeping up with today's fashion trends. One floor above the farm, there were also periodic puppet shows. Although the show was catered towards children, I must say that even I felt quite entertained by the comical performance. Outdoors, kids were also allowed to ride miniature horses just beside the farm. They could even choose to go on a mini ATV ride that circled within an enclosed padded area. I personally enjoyed the blazing fire pit that provided additional warmth during a time of year that is starting to transition from a cold winter into a warmer spring. You might actually find it interesting to know that it's this very transitioning in weather from cold to hot that allows for the sweet sap to develop within the sugar maple trees. In order for there to be a good harvest for maple syrup, you need to have weather conditions that provide for cold nights below freezing and warm days above freezing. These weather patterns in sequence provide for the releasing of sap from the sugar maple trees. This is one of the main reasons sap from sugar maple trees are native to the northeastern regions of North America that have these fluctuating temperatures. To get a better idea of how sap from sugar maples is collected today, we went on a short horse ride through the woods that revealed a sophisticated network of pumps that extracted the sap from the maple trees and directed it to reservoirs. In similar fashion, this sap was then heated to evaporate the water contents, which is what results in a dark and thick maple syrup. Cabane Sucre Constantin grew to be what it is today through generations of development. The establishment has been family operated since its inception in 1941, so it makes sense that they would offer such a large variety of foods and activities catered to the entire family. I hope that you have taken a bit of pleasure in being exposed to some of what is deeply ingrained into the Quebec culture as a whole. Now, if you enjoyed this content, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, as this simple gesture helps with the expansion of the channel so I can bring you more travel related content such as this. Be sure to also leave your feedback down below in the comment section, as I do take pleasure in hearing about your personal experiences with travel. And with that, I would like to say thank you for watching this video, and I hope to see you at the next one. But until then, take care for now.